Filmed from the point of view of a young foreigner in the Gaza Strip, Journey into Gaza shows intimate moments between friends, bustling street scenes, and the people of all ages who risked injury during the 2018 border protests called the Great March of Return. The film, which will be released next month, was completed before last year's October 7 attacks, but it's still highly political, denouncing the lack of freedom for Gaza residents under the control of both Hamas and Israel. Well, to talk more about the film, I'm joined by its director, Piero Usberti. Thank you very much for speaking with us on France 24. First of all, can you tell us how you found yourself in Gaza in 2018? What gave you the idea to go there? And did you already know what kind of film you wanted to make?
Yeah, thank you. So the first point, the starting point for this idea was coming from my father, that was at the time a professor in a university in Siena, so it's a small city in Italy, and he built an Erasmus exchange between Siena and two universities in Gaza, the Al-Quds University and the Islamic University. This was the first Erasmus exchange between Italy and Gaza, and this brought to Siena, the city where I was living, also a first student from Gaza. His name is Sharif, and I met him. We became friends, and his words about Gaza, about daily life in Gaza, gave me the first curiosity about this place that till that time for me was just a nightmare place. In the newspapers and like this, I was just seeing Gaza as a bombing place, as a war place. And his narratives about his life in Gaza gave me this very strong curiosity about this place. So I went to Gaza with the idea to make a movie and a trip in the same time. So it was like I knew that what I wanted to do, it was to meet young people around my age. I was 25 years old at the time, and to see simply how they live, what are their daily lives.
And the film starts by some narration. I assume that's you.
Yeah.
You tell the story of a young journalist killed in a protest, and you also describe Gaza as an open-air prison. What made you want to make this creative choice of having a voice of narration? And were you looking to make it a necessarily political film?
No, in the beginning and somehow till the end, my movie didn't want to be a political or militant movie. But for me, the most important was to bring to the spectator something about the beauty and also the poesy that I found there, and the simply warmness of the human beings that are there. But for sure, in Gaza, everything is politics. So you feel something related with the problematics that are politics everywhere. So when you speak about Gaza, even in that time, of course, for sure you will speak about general problems, about occupation, about the prison, and so the choice about my voice in the movie, it's because I found it was the best way for me to bring the public, especially maybe a Western public, as me, as like to take them with my hand and bring them in this trip that it's not a so common and so easy trip, because it's a place that they want it to be close, and they don't want to be like that. We go there and make narratives about the life there. Yeah.
And what about the people in Gaza struck you? You mentioned in the film that there's a lot of positivity, which is surprising, and there's a sequence where a young woman talks about the electricity going on and off as though it's dancing.
Yeah. Yeah, this was very surprising for me, because for sure there was already so many injustice and horrors in Gaza everywhere, but so this is for us it's not common, so it was very surprising this. But the most surprising thing was the way that how the people there, the people that I met, they can react. It's something. It's the resilience. It's well known, the resilience of the Palestinian people, but when you see it, it's really something that for me it's they learn me so much about the life, about how to deal with all these difficulties. It was very surprising because I found very much joy also of the life there, and it's not just something to let me think that everything is okay, and it's really something very deep inside the people. And even now, under this genocide, people are still trying to live and to find a way of life. For example, they are still now constructing schools under the camps, and they make projections of movies for the children. I mean, this is something that they are very used to do. It's a kind of resistance. Yeah.
And just quickly, do you think that the editing of this film was finished before last year's October 7 attacks, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that you would have made a different film if it was after the events of this past year?
I'm happy that I finished it before the October 7 because I think it's very important for the public now to discover this movie that is speaking about what was Gaza and so also Palestine in general before October 7th, and to remember that the things didn't start in October 7th.
Right. Sorry, Piero Usberti, we're going to have to leave it there, but thank you very much for coming on the show and speaking to us. Journey into Gaza is released officially next month.